Hey, what's going on everyone? It's Green Zero here bringing you another Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath video commentary. And before we get into the gameplay, the exciting news of course is that R10 for 1.02 Plus has been released. It's something they thought wasn't going to happen because R9 thought that was going to be the final one, but no, Predator is back. He's making more maps, and that means we need another patch. And of course, with the new patch comes the opportunity for CGF to patch out a lot of the recent exploits that have been discovered, exploits which have been popularized and now are pretty much plaguing the community a little bit there. So he has fixed that up a bit. So we're going to go through the patch changes first, and we'll take it from there. So this video is more of a let's talk about the maps, let's watch some of the map gameplay in action. I will probably be bringing more videos because there's so many maps that it's not going to be preferable to have them all crushed into one video. If you want to check out Predator's map pack video, the link is in the description. It's freaking insane. You have to watch it. He's got all the maps and then he's got this wicked montage at the end. Sick video there. So if you want to check that out, check out the link in the description. Anyway, of course, the R9 map update, so these are maps that are already in the 1.02 Plus but have been updated. For Mountain Pass, the 2 contested Tiberium spikes have been removed. There was a lot of discussion about that and the fact that the enemy can get the garrison overlooking the spike, and it's just a pain to try to take that spike, and you often end up losing your engineer and crazy things happen. So they've been removed. You've got the safe spike, no contested spike. Twisted Arena, a very small boost for the contested green Tiberium field. So that's the one where everyone always expands either to the north or the east, the remake of Tournament Arena, because there was no point going to the bottom corner, the bottom left corner, because it just, there's just as much Tiberium in the top right, and it was much closer. So that's been fixed. A few unblended texture bug fixes. I'm assuming there was obviously a blemish somewhere that I didn't notice. Battle Stadium, they fixed the start locations in the mini-map to show the map selection, or the map selection menu. Apparently there was a problem with that. Haven't actually got to play on that map just yet. So we'll have to see how that... Actually, no, hang on a second. Yes, I have Battle Stadium. There's a new one, Battle City, coming out. That's the one I haven't played on. So again, those will be mentioned shortly. The patch changes to the R10, so the actual fixes, they have fixed the free infantry squads bugs, so you can no longer get unlimited free infantry from the barracks. Master Leaf will be very disappointed in that, but of course it's something that needed to be fixed. Fixed the free empty ox carry-all bug, so GDI infantry could get a carry-all and they could basically move it around without putting the unit inside, which was a really fast and cheap scout, and they wouldn't even have to lose the unit. This was only with GDI infantry. GDI vehicles, nod carryalls, things like that didn't work. Apparently they found out later on the carryalls could do it. I'm not sure how. I'm not even going to bother going into that, but it has been fixed. So if you're going to call in a carryall V35, you have to actually pay for it, and you have to put the unit inside if you want to control that unit. So nothing too serious there. Of course, you can still put rifles in it, but it's something that obviously needed to be fixed because it was a glitch and it was not intended. 1.02 Plus specific issues, so they fixed some minor inconsistencies which weren't in line with 1.02. So the harvester response times to commands, zone inf ranges, pre-post scanner packs, sniper marv bug attack. Of course, sniper team had a problem with the marv. Fixed that. Zone infantry range with the scanner packs is now fixed. And of course, that's pretty much it. Pretty minimal, of course, for the 1.02 Plus patch fixes. And of course, the big one, being able to see through the fog. Obviously, CGF will be fixing that. He has promised he will fix it, but he needs a bit more time. So we'll have to give him a bit more time because, cheating by looking through the fog is obviously a game breaker for a lot of people, and that needs to be fixed. So pretty big map hack there. That it's going to be patched out, but not just yet. So anyway, we're going to move on to the new maps shortly. So stay tuned. Okay guys, here we have all the maps. I'm just pretty much going to read them out, and we're going to focus on a couple today. So the brand new maps, we have Asteroid Battleground, of course, which Predator has showcased. I haven't got any footage from that map just today because I'm doing the others here. Smashed Decision, of course, which is a remake of Tournament Decision. Vertical Abyss, which is kind of like, it kind of reminds you of Rift, but it really is completely different. It's just the layout or the decoration looks a bit like Rift, but it's actually really good, and we're going to see a lot of that map. And of course, Vista Valley. Oh man, I'm so excited about this map. Vista Valley is crazy good. I'm starting to give that one a 10 out of 10. I've only played on it about a dozen times, but it's crazy good. So there's your 1v1 maps. There's 4 new ones basically. 2v2 maps, we have Armageddon Mountains, which looks pretty crazy. There's a lot of blue Tiberium on it, and it looks like it's going to be probably a little bit campy, but we don't really have very many, or if any, campy 2v2 maps, so we'll have to see how that one goes. Can't wait to play on it. Battle City, which is a remake of Twilight City for a 2v2 showdown there, so that one's going to be interesting to play on as well. And Forgotten Dunes as well. So Forgotten Dunes is a remake of Forgotten Forest with a tournament Badlands style, so it's like in a desert now. A few minor tweaks to that map as well. Obviously the layout isn't identical, it hasn't just been reskinned or anything, but it's pretty close with a few minor changes there. 3v3 maps, Tiberium Resistance, so basically it's kind of like a scripted map. There's iron storms every 5 to 7 minutes, and if you don't play with the max amount of 6 players, it will tweak the map to remove some of the spikes or something like that. Anyway, that's really interesting. I haven't played on that map as well, so we'll have to see how that one goes. Tiberium Resistance. 4v4 maps, Tiberian Dunes, a 4v4 ambient map, so it's tournament Badlands desert style, except it's just a lot bigger, so a lot of spikes. 3v3, that's going to be really good. It's a big open flat map, so there's going to be a lot of combat on there in the middle, and looking forward to seeing how that map plays. So again, really can't judge those ones. So we're going to move into the next part. There, of course, is some control zone maps as well. Now, this is a game mode Predator's been working on. We'll probably do a separate video in regards to those later on when I actually get to play these maps, because I don't know how they work. It's something about you have a small amount of units and you work with teammates to kill the enemy headquarters or something like that. That sounds insane, because we've really had just nothing but kill the other guy forever. As the only game mode, and pretty much no one's questioned it. So it'd be interesting to see those ones. So there is a Small Town USA remake to suit this game mode, Control Zone. Stuttgart, which is a remake of Schlaufeld Stuttgart, and of course Top Gun, which is a remake of, well, Top Gun, but it's got a screen theme to it. But yeah, so those 3 maps have been tweaked to be suitable for control zones. Of course, there is the Dust maps as well. All 3 of them pretty much the same, I believe. They just have different settings, so you guys can have fun with that. So we will be bringing obviously some more video from those, because that's going to be interesting, so stay tuned to my channel for that. But for now, we're going to jump into the maps that I have played on. We're doing Vertical Abyss and Vista Valley today, and you'll have to stay tuned to my channel for more, so that's coming up right now. Alright guys, here we are with a Vertical Abyss, of course. So what we're going to be doing, I'm obviously watching this footage back. I've already played it and I'm watching it back, so that's why it's going to be easy for me to do this. So again, pre-recorded. So here we are in Vertical Abyss. I'm playing Bravo 3 Sup Yo-Yo. Now I've got a bit of an advantage on him because I played this map about 10 times last night with Plan Eden and Insane and a couple of other dudes as well. So I kind of knew a little bit of a, first of all, I knew the layout, and I'm going to go for the spike straight away just because I know that I'm not going to have any problems taking this. I mean, I think he was playing random, so I was like, yeah, I'm GDI, so I can definitely take this one here. I selected from my faction, as you can see, with the map layout there. Well, I probably should have done a quick whip around, but we'll do that later on when I do some 1v1 cars. So here's his Black Hand squad. I'm just going to dig a foxhole there to block him off. I'm going to take these buildings, no worries. He's not going to be able to do too much to stop me there. And as you can see, another rifle squad just back up. He's just letting himself get shot up a little bit there. Just thought maybe he could kill the squad, but no, he's doing something else. So I'm going to de-garrison some of these guys. And I'm thinking maybe he's going to try to cut me off, but no. You can see I'm kind of dancing around a little bit with my scouts. Not quite sure what I'm doing with them, but yeah, there we go. That's going to be fine. It's going to go around. No worries, not going to lose these scouts here. Obviously, I've got 4 rifle squads, which is, you know, significant. I mean, he is Black Hand. It's actually really easy to counter scout on this level, because with 1 rifleman squad, you can block off your main. Well, preferably 2, but you can do it with 1. Again, he's just hurting me with this 1 scout here. There's no way to get around down the bottom there. There is a garrison on the left-hand side, but that's not terribly effective. Only really just seeing when your opponent takes their 3rd base. Buggy is here, going to run. Not going to waste money on another foxhole. We'll have to cancel that tower there. That's no big deal. He's not rushing. He's got a buggy, so I'm pretty sure he wouldn't rush if he was going to buggy scout me. And again, just getting my harvesters to harvest as quickly as possible. Still got some spare scouts hanging around, so I'm going to try and sneak into his base. Again, just moving them around here. So yeah, pretty good map. I'm really liking it. Base pushing doesn't seem to work too well just because of the terrain in the middle, and it's like Undergrounds. You expand vertically or parallel to your opponent, so it's not specifically good for doing that. To base push, but nonetheless, multi-conyard I guess could work, but I feel that a mid-game push is really good. Push into their field, see how you go. If you don't win, no worries, it's not over. Again, it's relatively easy to defend your 3rd as well, or technically your 2nd expansion, but probably not going to get to like too close into that pretty quickly. I mean, 1 clicks on this level, not too sure how they're going to go. I can see that he's expanding now, so the best part about this is that I can talk you guys through what I was thinking throughout this game here. So I'm like, yep, no worries. He's expanding as normal. His expansion is a little bit behind, which is a little bit of cause for concern. I'm going to go for another harvester here. So that's a harvester number 7 that's building. Or we'll build the 7th harvester to come out, and that's a bit risky. Normally you try to build some combat units before then. Harvester number 8 is going to come with the ref, and I'm just checking them out. I'm like, yep, no worries. There's actually nothing here to threaten me, so I'm not terribly fussed power microing there to make sure my build is going as fast as it possibly can, because when you're floating 2.5k, there's really no reason to slow yourself down with things like that. I'm going to dig a foxhole just to be a pain. He's expanded as normal, so he hasn't got any aggression. APC comes out, and I'm thinking about, do I build too many? I don't want to build too many predators, because what I want to do is shatter an infantry push him, and I'm going to get a comp center down now just so I can start building shatterers relatively quickly. So only one predator tank, really didn't even probably need it, but the APC is there because I'm going to do an NG APC. So while the shat tanks and infantry attack, the NG APC can drive around the outside of the map. Again, the scout's still just chilling in the corner there just so he doesn't get hidden. Bravo 3 did lose his buggy, which is, you know, could have probably saved it. Now, there is a bridge in the north. It does start pre-destroyed, but you can repair it with an engineer. So you could get units across there. Haven't seen anyone do that just yet. Of course, brand new map, so people probably aren't going to do it too soon. We'll have to see if anyone actually does it. There is a blue tip field in the middle, but you got to drive straight down that gully, and it's pretty dangerous. You really need to have control of the entrance to that gully to risk it. Otherwise, you know, and to hold control, because if you lose control, the harvesters are stranded down there, and they're not going to be able to do too much. So this ABC, I decided just to roll across the map, and realizing that it's actually going to do a lot of damage. I did waypoint a minefield. For some reason, it didn't seem to drop the minefield. Yeah, don't want to put my refs too close together, and just make sure everything's harvesting as it should. Haven't gone into infantry just because I've all of a sudden like, yeah, well, hang on, it is black hand, so maybe I should not go for the infantry. I'm gonna go for hammerheads. So it's unusual to do what I'm doing here, just to get a lot of going for the blue field then with those 2 harvesters, to get a lot of just nothing but shatterer tanks. And if he's gonna build nothing but scorpion tanks, I'm like, well, this is fine. Yeah, this is perfect. I'll do this all day. And I'm selling up one of my war factories because I'm getting ready to transition, just pushing these scorp tanks back. I can see the tanks, and I'm like, oh, okay, so let's immediately stop building these ground units, just because he's probably going to dual MCV me. That's what I was thinking, and it turned out to be right here. He does multi-MCV me, so I'm getting the APC engineer ready. A little bit late, obviously. I completely abandoned it beforehand, and now I've got lots of these shatterer tanks. The best part about this is that he can't building block, and again, he only got basically 1 tank with that, and he places the ref down, and I'm just like, I don't even care, bro. I'm just going to go straight through that ref, and I queue up some of those buildings so I can go do something else in the meantime. And queue my tech center, get a Marv, go for more hammerheads because they're very nice. Come back, they've already finished all their Q attacks, and they're going to go through these power plants. And it was disrupting obviously their focus fire, because their power plants are in the way. So, I mean, I dropped those 2 power. That's $1,000 that he just spent on those. And again, he's going to continue to do it. The Shatterers will try to move forward to engage, and so I had to make sure I was there to do that. They're all going to die, so they probably didn't achieve that much. They just obviously slowed down any kind of expansion. Forced him to drop a bunch of obelisks. He did lose 1 or 2, and he lost about half dozen, power plants. Now, I didn't use the Orca Strike just because I'm pretty sure he hasn't scouted and he doesn't know that I'm going for hammerheads. And this is what you want to do. I'm going to go for hammerheads, lots of them, and then just go for a Marv Juggernaut combo. So the hammerheads are the fast, kind of clean up anything on the ground, kind of fast attack, go into his base. And the Juggernaut and the Marv, they're just kind of like, they roll through. Now he's going to come into this base here, and I was thinking, well, maybe some 1-clicks, because there's no reason for those 2 tanks to be driving around there. He's got a harvester over here. I scan his base. I see the AA or the operations center. I'm like, yep, let's take that out. And then he actually walks across that minefield, so he damages his MCV. He fields it, so he obviously realized that that was coming. And he's only got 1 MCV deployed, which means he's only going to have 1 AA turret queued. So I was like, yeah, let's just focus it. Then we can kill this this tier 2. And now he didn't get any others down as well, which is really big, because now it allows me just to go to town on his base. And I'm just going to start targeting down power plants. There's no point getting the shrine just because he's already got the upgrade. NGAPC moving into position. Going to go for my 3rd base because I've got all the infrastructure I need. 3 upgraded power plants are now down, and I'm just going to move around. I need to pick my targets as well. I need to pick out what can I do damage with. I'm going to shoot a few random harvesters, but then I realized, like, hang on a second, we might have to get out of here. And I'm going to go for those power plants there. And of course, he's not watching the other MCV now, and I'm going to take that and I don't even need to look at that. So I'm going to grab that one, sell it off immediately, make a run for that engineering facility as well, because why the hell not? APM Hammerheads are still tearing him up down there. He's a little bit disorganized because of course now he doesn't have 2 MCVs and he doesn't have a third base. And as you can see, I'm going to have 4 Juggernauts and a Marv with 2 Zone Troopers, 2 Engies, and I've still got maybe half dozen Hammerheads. So this game is turning out great for me. It's probably not going to last too much longer for B3. Going for my expansion, pulling those harvesters. The blue field is dry. There's no point driving down there anymore. So again, effectively defeated him in those engagements. I think he's going to go for a Redeemer. If he gets a Redeemer out, he's probably going to be fine. We're probably going to be able to keep the game going. A few of these harvesters have stopped. One I'm going to get to harvest there. The other one's going to go down here. And I'm going to just refine that one there as well. Make sure these harvesters I gave a move order before do get a harvest order. Otherwise, I'll sit there and do nothing. Now, I tried to do it so my 2 railguns got in the front there, but obviously I was a little bit off when I did those waypoints before. So both the Zone Troopers have ended up on the left-hand side of the Marv. And 2 repairs on the other side. And that 1 Zone Trooper squad I might as well just put in the Hammerhead because, you know, it's got better chance of surviving in the Hammerhead than it does on the ground against Blackhand. And I'm just going to move across, and he's like, yep, no worries, that's not going to work. So that's game 1 on Vertical Abyss. Okay, here we are now on Vista Valley, and I must say I play on this map about maybe 7 to 10 times, and I'm really loving every single map, or every single time I play on this map. It is absolutely amazing, this map, and it's really good. You're going to see from this map here, I'm playing Lucas 19. He's not, you know, he's alright, he's pretty aggressive, come to think of it, for a probably mid to good range player there. B3 didn't want to play on this map, so B3, shame on you. Well, I'll never figure out the Russians, I can tell you that right now. Like, it's so difficult to actually just play some games with them. They always have to fuss and glitch and say Russian things and put their caps lock on and be Russian. But yeah, it's just so hard. Like, to get a couple of games in with B3 is an effort. But nonetheless, we are going to be playing Lucas here. And Vista Valley, oh man, I could talk about this map all day so far. And we're going to watch a game on it, this game here. Obviously, I played on it beforehand. The night before. I should have got footage. I had Shadowplay running and I just didn't save the footage, even though it was my first footage. I could have done a short montage, but I didn't do that. He picked Blackhand, so I knew I was against Blackhand. Of course, you can see there's a spike in the corner, safe spike. There's another captural spike. There's really no reason why you should not be able to get both the spikes on this map. Again, Predator likes to put them on there because it gives you a reason to go for barracks and to scout and to stop getting all in. Now, rushing on this map is either really good or really bad. It depends. I mean, if you see it coming, you're probably going to be fine. But again, that's pretty much the same with all maps. But the map is separated by a river. Now, Predator's done something interesting, and he's made it so your nearest expansion is across the river. So you actually have to cross over the bridges there. And the bridges are extremely well designed. I've never had any glitching or anything on them at all. I've had large armies move through the bridge. Well, not through the bridges, but on the bridges. So through the area there, and not get jammed and just move across very smoothly. They're very well done. There's 2 destructible bridges on the very outside, but they're mainly there just for fast attack units or NGAPC, stealth tanks, bikes, aircraft, infantry, just whatever is fast and needs a way across the map. And in the middle, you can actually cross the river. There's a shallow part of the river, and it's very wide. You can see them kind of scanning over it sometimes, but it'll come into play later on, and that's where of course, you'll have large armies move across as well. But I've moved large armies across the bridges my MCV is moving across. And I see the flame tank now, and I'm like, whoa, okay, we don't want to send that across the bridge now. So it changes everything there. It doesn't matter that I've lost some downtime with the MCV moving, of course, because you know, he's gone for a flame rush, so he's going to have to do some damage. So he'll be behind now. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more flame tanks, and they're probably going to come from the left-hand side there. But I was building Predator tanks as well, and the 2 Pitbulls pretty much get turned around. Must say, with the map decoration, the map looks gorgeous. It looks absolutely insane. How good does this map look? It looks so good. It's so well decorated. It's got orchards or something in the middle, and they just look sick. I mean, Predator, and this flame tank somehow circumvented those Pitbulls, so I wasn't too impressed about that. And I know my MCV is under attack as well. I'm like, oh my god, there's two flame tanks there, which means it's a total of 3. I'm not going to lose my war factory because the Preds are going to defend it. And I'm like, well, I probably should sell my MCV. I'm desperately trying to put that racks down before I try to sell it. Got nothing out of it. Actually got destroyed. So I got a barracks down because, you know, it might be handy to have some infantry out trying to recall units back to base. I lost my MCV, which is a bit of a pain, and he knows he's done some serious damage. I'm trying to rebuild it now. Because I can't afford to lose it. I'm putting those 2 Predator tanks down there to block that. These 2 Predator tanks moving down the guts. Don't really need to worry about anything because one, he went for 3 flame tanks and a reckoner, which means the chances of bikes being out is minimal, and they won't be able to beat 2 Preds anyway. So I'm moving down here to try to trap the flame tank. It is going to get through that gap between those 2 mountains. There's actually 2 gaps between here and the end of the mountain valley as well. Those other 2 Preds were covering the other one, but then I realized that those Pred tanks are all moving, those flame tanks, 2 of them are moving through, and I'm like, oh man, if I lose my war factory here before the MCV gets out, I'm in big trouble. I'm trying to save this ref, desperately trying to save the ref, pulling all my Pred tanks back to base. I'm not going to be able to save it. The MCV is back out though, so that's okay. These flame tanks won't have time to focus that down. He's going for the war factory though, and I'm like, I was pretty sure I could save that, but unfortunately, yeah, just the silo just a little bit too slow there, and he does get it, and that hurts. And at this point, I'm realizing, wow, he has done a significant amount of damage. He's got a ref and a war factory and the MCV with this attack. And of course, I'm pretty heavily delayed. I've got harvesters. I've got 4 harvesters or 5 harvesters there. But these Pred tanks, I was thinking about whether or not to send them across the map, and then I'm like, well, I still got 2 pit bulls, so they're going to go see what he's building. Just in case something else bad rocks up. Desperately trying to get the build going again. Going for a comm center just so I can get aircraft out, because I'm like, he's probably still on 1 base, so getting aircraft out, it's okay because I'm on 1 base. There's no point expanding just yet, I feel, just because it's a long way to the expansion. And here we go, there's Scorpion tanks coming out, so I'm just going to go around on his side of the map here. And again, the river is key. If you can, Predator's made the map big enough so you can't guard all the entry points across the river, but I've discovered that the river is the key to this map. If you can defend out the river area, but again at the same time trying to see where their army's coming across the river, that's what you really got to pick out. Trying to move those harvesters to kill the Black Hand units there, because they've got so much money. It doesn't really matter if they get pulled off the line, just even briefly. AP ammo was done. Go for 2 airfields, so I'm like, hang on a second, I'm probably gonna get smashed here. The Pitbull's just gonna go in there, sit there, maybe over time snipe a harvester if he's not paying attention. These 4 Preds are gonna try to pull them back. I'm like, wow, this is not good at all. Trying to block with the airfield as well. It's a very expensive building to block with, and it's just not working. For some reason, it does manage to get placed down, so that was great. Very good positioning there. The Hammerheads don't have AP ammo, so they're pretty much useless. And yeah, my mic fell over, so I had to split the film a little bit there. So as you can see, I'm still fighting here, and it's going to jump back now. But let's just fix that up again. Yeah, I need a new mic, so it doesn't stand up very well. It's got like sticky tape there, but somehow I managed to pull off that defense there by pulling my Pred tanks around the war factory. Sorry, the MCV. And of course, he's retreating with those Scorpions, which was probably a bad idea because the Hammerheads are just going to destroy them all anyway. As you can see, I'm chasing them back. There's only 1 tank left there, and I'm even going to chase the other ones. And of course, this is what I do a lot. You'll see if I get a lot of these rifles pretty much from sold off buildings, I will just send them randomly to parts of the map that I can't actually. Okay, and another edit because my mic fell over and it was really loud, and you guys are probably like holding your ears if I put that in because it was super loud. So we're going to jump back into this game here and just keep with my normal commentary. All right, I think I'm coming back. Here we go. All right, that's better. Okay, we might have to edit all that out, so that was a bit loud. But anyway, as you can see, I can't afford to lose these Hammerheads because they're pretty much what are keeping me in the game right now. I was thinking about going Surveyor, and then I'm just like, nah, screw this, because I wanted to keep my build open, but I was like, I'm going to have to move the MCV. It's really the only economical decision I can make right now, and just build some units just to defend this possible expansion. Repair these Predator tanks because they're going to be important, and I'm going to start pulling harvesters now. And again, the orchid there in the middle, it looks so pretty. So awesomely designed. Predator's put a lot of effort into this map, and the water looks great as well. I must admit, the water looks fantastic. And as you can see, I'm going to move that MCV across. There's one of the destructible bridges, so you can see they're right hugging the edge of the map there, and same can be said on the other side as well. Hammerhead's now going to send those out because really there's no point having them at home if they can go scout around. Now, he has some bike buggy here, but I was like, you know what? I'll push these Pred tanks into his base because he hasn't got much there. Take that garrison as well with the 2 rifles just to cause problems. But the bike buggy actually circumvents the Predator tanks by moving across the shallow area, and the Predator tanks could not cut them off on time because they were going across the bridge. But I'm like, well, this is going to be difficult. I pulled some of those harvesters back here just near the conyard so the towers can defend them. The other 2 that already made it to the field are pretty much dead. I'm going to pull them back, but it's too late. He's found them. Just going to pop down more of these now as well, and sell that off. Keep the harvesters there. They really can't even move, so the Predator tank's actually going to do the damage while the Hammerheads are going to respond. And he made a bit of a mistake here. The bike buggy has now been separated from the tanks, and you can see I'm queuing them up. You don't want to attack move, you want to queue them up because you need to destroy them as fast as possible, and if they're all shooting at different tanks, that's not going to That's not going to go down too well. I mean, by the time they reach his base to defend, there's going to be a lot there. And as you can see, I'm trying to focus down this ref, but I'm going to move behind the ref. And this is pretty tactical as well because it's cutting off the fire from all of his tanks. Only a couple of his Scorpion tanks can actually shoot at me there. And that was a sick position. You're going to see me destroy all these units here. And as you can see, all these Scorpion tanks, he outnumbered me like 3, almost 4 to 1. And I've only lost 1 Predator tank so far. And I'm probably going to lose a second. So yeah, he just got slammed in that engagement. Did not see that coming. While I'm screwing around here, my what do you call it? I try to select my control group and realize that all my hammerheads are gone. I'm like, oh my god, you know, if I hadn't have misclicked with those harvesters or screwed around for so long, probably could have saved them. Selling up everything there, I'm like, I got to get this expansion down like right now. And those tanks are dead. There's no point. I've reverse moved them so they last as long as possible, but they're all going to die. So again, there's not too much I can do about that. I need to defend against the bike buggy. And I'm going to move these units across, and again, just to slow them down, just to throw them into the enemy there. And of course, my mic is really not having a happy day, is it? I might have to get something to fix that. Let's have a look here. What do we have in the drawer? Absolutely nothing. Okay, so we're just going to pause the video for a moment. Alright, so I promise that's the last mic stuff up in this one here. I just don't want to have to go back and recast the whole game. Just to fix those one area. So as you can see, he's obviously pushing this base here now, and I'm like, wow, I'm in a little bit of trouble. There's a heroic bike there. I do focus down the elite bike just so he doesn't get a second one, because the heroic bike will heal itself. And for some reason, the tower decides, you know what, he's going to change targets. I'm not sure what it was doing there, but I still managed to get the heroic bike, so that's fine. Pulling some of those harvesters. This is buying me time. You know, it is buying me a little bit of time, so I don't sell off too many structures there. Obviously, right at the end I do, but I just needed to, yeah, buy time until I had... until I could just defend this out. Because you can see I've got double ref down. You got double ref down here, man. I can defend this. I know I can. It's just I got to get more towers up. I need a war factory, of course, but he's only got tier 1 with his army at the moment. I do believe he has tier 3 at this point in time, so he's going to click me. So spoiler alert. But as you can see, I can see the bikes coming in now. I'm like, oh no, they're coming in from behind. And then I hear the sound, and I decide, I had the sell button, you can see I brought it up, but it was too risky, I couldn't put it down. And these 2 Preds now are in a little bit of trouble. Tiv Vane comes off as well, and I'm down to just 3 harvesters, so he got at least 3, I believe. And one of the Preds goes down. The other one's going to move behind the war factory. There's now 4 AP ammo towers here, and the tanks are pretty badly damaged. Unfortunately, that Predator tank doesn't make it around in time, but another one comes out, and the rest of these tanks are all now just blowing up. They're almost dead. And I have held that attack, and I survived the 1 clicks. Yeah, I've only got 3 harvesters left, but you know, as I soon find it, you can see there I go. I'm drafting again, so you can see I'm drafting those scouts out, just selecting and deselecting. There you go. I'm doing it again. So yeah, I love that. And I was like, damn, go down, go down. And for some reason, it wouldn't go down. I couldn't figure it out. Whether there was a glitch or there was like dead Tib there, but I should be able to defend it. I want to stop that harvester from getting across the river as well. You can see I'm trying to chase it with the Preds and those infantry squads there, trying to build some more harvesters and go for tier 2 again, because I want to get aircraft up. And I do manage to stop that, so like, let's pull back, let's get across the road, and I can see infantry there, and that's what gives away the fact that he's going for inf spam now, and that's going to cause me a world of pain if he manages to get that going. So I need to get some more harvesters out, still just reorganizing some of my scouts, because when there's not a lot to do in this downtime here, where I'm just trying to macro back, to go out and check where all your scouts are and what's going on, scan his base, I'm like, hey, he doesn't have his 3rd base yet, which means this game is still on. Yeah, he's got tech, but he doesn't have a 3rd base. I'm going to try to building block with an airfield, which is expensive, and I don't recommend it. That's a $1,000 building block, and I'm just trying to get some towers up now, but I'm realizing that I'm in a little bit of trouble here, because you know, he does have a lot. I'm trying to racks and tower drop, because the barracks is the cheapest option, even powering it down. You want to try to sell these before they go down as well, because you get the squad out, and as you can see, a little bit too slow. He's starting to push in. I don't have enough towers, and I'm like, holy crap, I do not have enough towers. The tanks I just keep back the whole time, just because they are completely useless. They are actually firing. They're at their max range though, so I'm not too fussed about that. Trying to defend this out, trying to fall back towards my MCV, and then he tries to take a swing at the MCV. It's got a laser field on there, so there's a lot of health, and I do manage to get the drop down there. Now I'm going to bring the Predators in for a crush, because I'm like, if I lose the MCV, I'm in super big trouble, and I might as well sack these tanks if I can, even if I can kill just a little bit of infantry. But he does still try to focus it down, and unfortunately he does not be able to, well, fortunately for me, he does not get that one. So I held another attack, and I was thinking about getting another ref, and then I'm like, no, we don't need another ref. We've almost finished this field. We might as well expand. And I built the engineer to repair the MCV, but he's actually going to go for the spike. Probably send an escort with them as well. These Pred tanks, yeah, going to try to focus that down, sell these buildings up. Not actually building anything. Got a pitbull out just to go through his base, but again, he has not taken his 3rd. So that information is like, yep, no worries, I'm still in this game. Otherwise, someone might have just given up after that. And it's like, oh my god, I'm so far behind. But no, I'm not far behind. Yeah, I've only got tier 2 and I don't really have an army. But he isn't in the position to actually kill me, so I can just, buy my time and get back in the game. Just moving the harvesters around a little bit, get another engineer to repair that MCV just because it's much, much quicker. And what else is going to happen down here? We got the APC moving across. Oh no, sorry, the pitbull. There is one scouting squad there. I'm going to dig a foxhole at the end of the bridge just in case he decides to run down there with anything. These guys here, there's actually 9 squads there, so I'm going to send those guys out shortly to scout, trying to get my next base up. I've almost got a ref down. I'm about to drop one, so that's good. And just reorganizing, sending some of the harvesters to refine there just because so there isn't such a lineup. And now I'm going to start sending these guys out to scout the area. 4 preds left on the field, not too much at all. And as you can see, I'm going to grab these guys here and just send them off into areas of the map that I cannot see. Going straight for, I was going to go for a double ref, but I'm like, no, I need to get an airfield up so I can build at least one hammerhead at a time while I go for my next ref, because I've got a fair bit of money. I can support those build queues. And we're going to see myself try to block this this bridge here, because he is going to try to push across it again. It's all about the river as well. As long as I can see everything on my side of the river, I'm fine. And I'm probably going to get his spike there momentarily. That NG did make it across unimpeded. And I'm just like, these harvesters need to be reorganized. Just going to do that now, make sure that's fine. Even get them to harvest that bit of tib there that was from a destroyed harvester there. That's important because that has been fixed, of course, to prevent glitching. These scouts, for some reason, all ended up over here, so I'm just going to send them randomly to go into his base and keep vision for me and just cancel those units there. So I'm pretty heavily defended. You got to look where your last base is. It's right in the corner. There's no easier base to defend than a corner base. That is literally the easiest area to defend in like the whole of Kane's Wrath, like regardless of the map, pretty much, because you've got the map edge to 2 sides, and there's a bit of space behind it, but it's minimal. And of course, I'm just building up my hammerheads. By the time I really want to move out with any kind of units, there'll be like half dozen or maybe even 7 or 8 of them, and that's going to be pretty powerful. Blackhand don't like hammerheads at all, just because they don't have any stealth or air to deal with it. They have to deal with ground units, and they don't have fast enough ground units to catch up to them, which means they have to rely on you engaging with your hammerheads to kill them. They can't rely on chasing them or hunting them. And I'm going to go into this field here. I'm checking the harvester's health, so I want to kill the ones that are almost dead. And there's a buggy, probably for a 1-click, but he isn't going to get through. And of course, focusing down these harvesters, I'm probably not going to get a third one. There's a mantis, not a mantis, sorry, there's a buggy coming, and he puts a turret down there. I tried to scatter move, but it didn't scatter move very well. It did a lot better the second time round. All of those guys over there. Again, I think he's trying to get another click on me, but I'm not quite sure. He probably hasn't recharged just yet, I wouldn't imagine, but nonetheless, things have slowed down a little bit. Going to attack his spike. I hold 2 spike versus his 1 spike, and I believe he's got a redeemer out now, and I'm just like, yeah, let's just turn around and kill that buggy. It was pretty risky actually, because he probably could have killed a hammerhead or even 2 hammerheads if he turned around and focused. And I'm like, hang on a second, he's got a pretty big army here. I might not want to go there. Ideally, you want to defend. Yeah, I cancel that because I hear the redeemer comes out. Mind you, for some reason, the sound in the game was not saved. I don't know why that happened. It's supposed to record sound, so it just didn't do it this time round. It might have been a glitch or something like that. That's going to be disappointing if it does that in some of my other videos. But of course, Shadowplay, which is what I'm using, is still in beta. Of course, it's not actually, or it keeps getting updated, but it's still not like 100% or anything like that. Here I want to give just an attack move, not a move order, just because I don't want to move in range of all of his infantry, and I want to bring the hammerheads over at the same time. They're going to be flying over the top, and he's got a lot of infantry here. This is actually going to be pretty heavy. This is going to be a pretty easy trade, or pretty mild trade, or fair trade, because he's going to get a lot of hammerheads, and I'm realizing, oh man, he is actually killing a fair bit of those hammerheads, even though they were spread out. But of course, that whole time the APCs were allowed to focus them, and the APCs, with the help of those hammerheads, of course. Losing all my hammerheads there was a bit of a problem, really. I was like, man, I just lost all my hammerheads, to help defend that. But without the hammerheads, he would have destroyed the ground army. The APCs wouldn't have been strong enough. They would have been overwhelmed, and then I'd have to engage anyway. So might as well do it all at once. That way I have the most firepower and the best chance of cracking it. So that was a bit of a one-up for him, of course. He is going to try. He's got some infantry on the bridge here. Again, the bridge is beautifully designed. It's so easy to engage on them and things like that. There's no glitching or anything, and they're perfectly fine. So I'm going to move across to this base and just destroy that base, because that's going to become important. I realize my main is actually regrowing again. A bit of power problems. Just going to upgrade that one. I think he is going to click me again here. I'm not 100% sure. These APCs, though, he should be able to clean up everything that's there. Putting down the racks now, trying to get the zone troopers. There's a few bikes moving through, and they're probably for the click. No, he still doesn't get through with them, so he needs to just, yeah, if he wants to click, he needs to send them around the side, not straight down the middle. And there we go. I actually sold to both of them. I really only needed to sell one, but to be on the safe side. Getting shot at by Mantis, which is really bad because Mantis aren't bugged in 1.02 plus, and I can see the beacon there, and I think, is there anything I have that can shoot that down? And I'm like, no, pretty much no, so I'm not even going to bother trying to shoot that down or move into position. The Hammerheads now are up here with the APCs. They don't have a lot of firepower, of course, because they're all just gun-type weapons, so if they come up against anything serious, they won't be able to contend with it. Now, the Redeemer is just running at my base. As soon as he built it, he just ran it at me, which I kind of figured was going to happen. I need to get the Marv out, otherwise I'm probably going to lose the game. The Mantis are there, which are a pain, so I can't really use the Hammerheads too well. Trying to keep the Zone Troopers back, sell the tech center, because like, look, I got to get this Marv out, like, right now. Marv does come out just before the building is destroyed, and I get both the Rouse into it as well. And now what I want to do here is obviously is just to survive. So I'm going to try to focus the Mantis down. You can see with the Marv trying to pick them off, I actually get one. Now, yeah, of course, he can't actually do, well, the Hammerheads are going to do a decent amount of damage here. Going to deploy that, and they're going to try to run through at me, but of course, as soon as they move in range, I'm just going to get the Marv to kill them. And of course, I get a grenade squad in there as well, and not going to be able to get the Mantis that time. Actually, one does go down, so there you go. He's trying to run around with them, but then realizing that this is just not going to work, and he's going to try to run around again. And these ABCs, he's going to send them in. They're probably going to get destroyed, but I just was going to have a poke, see if there's anything they could do. And of course, he does get a volley off, or half a volley, but he doesn't get them. And of course, he does try. I do immediately focus down the Mantis, and now he's screwed. And now I almost get knocked out of the game here. Almost get knocked out of the game. But as you can see, the MCV, look at the health on there. It's got a smidge of health, and if that went down, I have no build. I have no build at the moment. So I'm like, well, I got to get a Rax and repair that before he takes it out. APCs, yeah, I find that's not a good idea, so I get out of there. Stop repairing it. There's no point wasting money repairing it when I'm going to NG repair it. And I'm going to get that down now. There's a few Hammerheads still left, just picking around. He does not have that much. And I don't know what that was. I'm going to have to fix that in the editing. The screen just went black then, so I've obviously pieced the video together a little bit iffy. I'm kind of pushing to get this one out for you guys. There will be a lot more videos on my channel, so stay tuned for R10 as well. This is just the beginning. And of course, this match here, pretty insane so far. Harvest is getting shot up a little bit by these infantry squads here. I'm just going to move in and just kill them with the units that I have now. Here come the Hammerheads, and they're going to focus them down. And I get another airfield up. Kill those infantry squads. When the infantry squads are in a small group, you want to try to overwhelm them ASAP. And the barracks was primarily just to get an engineer out, just so I could get it in the Marv and get some repairs on it. The Marv is double rail and one grenade. I've killed his spike, so I'm 2 spiked his 1 spike. He's moving his MCV across the bridge. I don't think he realizes that I've reclaimed that field. And my screensaver just went on there. Oh man, I tell you what. I really want to get this out here super fast, so we're going to try to have this one uploaded today. Just because I see that Cyber and Spartacus was streaming as well, and they got a lot of views, so that is really good. So that Kane's Rat's really breathing again with these new maps. It's disappointing that some of the players I've met up are like too terrified to play on the new maps. So of course that always happens. You've got players who are just like, oh my god, I don't know this map. So you're telling me you never want to learn it, like ever? Because it's going to happen. They're going to come up in tournaments, and then you're going to get smashed. And yeah, that's what makes the game so awesome to play these days, is because there's so many new maps available. And those APCs are going to get completely destroyed unless they move back across the bridge. He's got a couple of EMP buggies here, and I'm pretty sure he's still got tier 3, but he's not dropping an obelisk. I was expecting an obelisk. I was expecting something, so I was going for my tech center to get juggernauts back. And of course, I lure those buggies across the face here, and then the predator tanks will just shoot at them. And Orchestrate comes in to do more damage. MCV is down to about half health. 2 of those APCs did manage to get away as a Mantis. Then he's going to quickly pick off one of those Hammerheads. So I'm going to try to focus that down while it's running across here. Remember, he's got a micro everything here, so most of the time he can just pick off units like that against lesser players. I'm going to be able to destroy that refinery. That's not a problem at all. And then come across here, the Hammerhead's going to try to kill all the infantry. There's another Redeemer on the bridge. He's kind of trapped behind the infantry here, and I'm going to try and focus this MCV down before any obelisk drop. Rage Gen goes off. But and the APCs shoot down 2 of my Hammerheads. I was not pleased about that. I was like, damn it. And then I tried to minefield drop the Redeemer, just because I was a bit concerned that maybe he'd be able to beat the Marv here, because the Marv is pretty low on health. So if I drop mines down there, they do a fair bit of damage to epic units, even if it's that little bit extra to wipe off, 5-10% health. But he's going to move around them, get some rear shots on the armor there. 3 pred tanks are here as well, so the Marv should be able to clean it up now. Drop the tech center down. So it is looking good for me now. This is the part in the game where I'm really starting to feel a little bit more comfortable after being on the back foot for so long. And now I've pushed him back across here. Those Ent buggies are going to turn around and go back. I've got bases on 3 Tiberium fields at the moment. And as you can see, I've got a Surveyor out. I was questioning whether to pick it up with a V35. I probably should have. It would have been a million times faster, but I decided not to do that. Again, just because my money was a bit iffy. So if it got there super quick, I might not have the time or the money to put something down when I wanted to go for an attack. You can see I built a rig because obviously I was planning on moving across the river and not losing my Marv. A rig with Marv and Juggernauts and Hammerheads. Oh man, I just dropped my pen. that's awesome. You know, you got Hammerheads, a rig, Juggernauts and Marv. It's a lot, obviously. You're going to have this in the real late game. But if you can get that, you can just take a mobile base with you, a rig, and it's really good. We're going to take down his tier 2 now, just so he's got no AA potential. And see if there's anything I can pick off. He never got Tib Core either. I would have thought he would have been looking at Tib Core in this game, but no, nonetheless, he's not going to be going for Tib Core. I'm going to be moving across the face of this area here, yeah. Got shot up a little bit, but it's nothing too serious. Note, mind you, the rigs will actually repair Hammerheads. And now just trying to organize some of my harvesters, see what they're doing. There's only 2 harvesters on that field, so it's not anything serious, but it's enough to keep that field at decent production. 3rd harvester would have been nice, could have pulled some more. Trying to get a ref down there, you should see him expanding to his main. I'm going to have harvesters on 4 fields once that's done, and it would be looking pretty good. Setting the Hammerheads back just for a little bit of repairs while this force gets into position. The rig is going to get across the bridge, and then I'll be cheering. Going to sell it off straight away. Probably a little bit of risk to a Tib, what do you call it, Catalyst, but at that time I was pretty sure he didn't have one. He puts the GG down. Now, he's not a particularly good player, so he doesn't actually leave the game just yet. So he's going to hang in there, and he's going to wait for me to come into this base here now. So I was thinking, you know, he's probably got another Redeemer almost done. And we'll have to see how that goes. I think I'm finally going to go for my Space Command. I'm comfortable enough to go with something or invest in something like that. There's a few Juggernauts here. The Marv is now getting repairs with the rig. Mobile War Factory Battle Station over here. Moving across, I scan down his base to see what I'm up against. There's not a lot there. There's some Mantis there. And an MCV comes back out. And when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, wow, he's a long way away from getting a Redeemer out if he just built an MCV out of there now. So it's probably got another 50 seconds before the Redeemer comes out. I'm going to move on this base here, but really it's pretty much all over. He tries to run in with the EMP buggies, but he really does not have anything to actually kill the Marv with. So these EMP buggies are going to go down. They empt the Marv, but unfortunately tier 4 comes down. And that's the end of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 1.02 plus R10 Vertical Abyss and Vista Valley. Expect to see a lot more of this on my channel. But anyway, this video has gone for a little while, so stay tuned to my channel. More videos coming out. Hope you liked that video, and I'll see you all next time.